brothers and sisters living within the walls of the Miracle Box. On this special day, I brought you some delicious cheese.
The Kwamis are who make and break the Miraculous Ladybug universe. Without them, the story of Marinette becoming Paris's greatest hero wouldn't be possible. They're cute, lovable, and sometimes sassy, and they enrich the show's writing with their unique powers and personalities. There's no shortage of magical creatures in animated series, but the Kwamis and their friendships with one another are unique. The Kwamis have existed since the creation of the universe, and before they encountered humanity, they traveled said universe together, exploring everything it had to offer. It would be impossible not to form some incredible friendships after so much time together, and the Kwamis' relationships with one another have had the chance to shine during the later seasons. In today's video, we're looking into some of the best Kwami friendships shown on screen.
Flag, you promised me you wouldn't go back there.
Sorry, Sugar Cube, but I can't resist such irresistible beauty.
Number 1. Tiki and Plag. The most prominent example of a Kwami friendship that the series offers is Tiki and Plag. As the primary yin-yang pair in the Chinese Miracle Box, the pair exist to counteract one another and keep a balance in the universe. As a balancing act, it makes sense that their personalities and motivations are different. Tiki is friendly, outgoing, and dedicated to what she and Ladybug can accomplish. In contrast, Plag takes time to warm up to others, expresses disdain at social engagements, and sometimes prioritizes personal time over saving the city. Their differences in priorities and personalities can cause the pair to disagree. In the episode Sandboy, Tiki disapproves of Plag keeping his whereabouts a secret and not bringing a gift for the other Kwamis. However, their dynamic thrives because of their long history together and how they've learned to depend on one another. It seems rare for the Ladybug Miraculous to be active without the Cat Miraculous and vice versa. To keep the world in balance, even in times of war, Tiki and Plag must depend on one another. In the episode Reunion, we learned that Joanne d'Arc used the Ladybug Miraculous during the 100 Years' War, but that her future partner, the hero known as Dark Grimalkin, used the Cat Miraculous for the English. The rich history between Tiki and Plag makes their friendship one of the best in the series. The two Kwamis know each other well enough that even on opposing sides, they know to trust one another. When Tiki uses her powers in Dearest Family, Plag mentions that he once needed to help save the world with a previous wielder, because Tiki's sweet tooth had caused it to rain chocolate. He knows one of his primary responsibilities is to help restore balance if the powers of creation get used unjustly. Similarly, Tiki willingly puts up with Plag's convoluted plans. When Adrian gives up the Cat Miraculous in Kuroniko, Plag convinces Tiki to help him lie to Marinette. Tiki spends the entire scene with a nervous smile, trying to seem convincing as Plag does all the talking. Since Tiki rarely keeps things from Marinette, her trust in Plag must overcome her morals. Tiki and Plag won't hesitate to join forces in times of trouble. And as they are two halves to the recently introduced Gimme, their friendship will never fade.
Hey, Sugar Cube.
I've already told you not to call me that. Do you ever hear me calling you Stinky Sock?
Number 2. Nuru and Dusu. The secondary Kwami pair that receive the most attention in the series are Nuru and Dusu. Unfortunately, Nuru has remained in the hands of villains since the beginning of the series. He helps empower Gabriel and will be the source of power for Lila as she becomes the main antagonist in the new seasons. His existence under Gabriel's care must be lonely, as explored in Sandboy. He's not allowed to wander, speak his mind, or communicate with the other Kwamis. Similarly to Adrian, the Agresta Sate serves as Nuru's prison, as he has no choice but to adhere to Gabriel's various commands, even when he's against his actions as a villain. Although the Butterfly Miraculous is the only one Gabriel uses for the first few seasons, it's not his only Miraculous. Dusu had served the Agreste family for as long as Nuru, but she had a different purpose. In the episode Representation, we learn that Emily became ill after using the Peacock Miraculous to conceive Adrian after a battle with infertility. However, she knowingly used the Miraculous when damaged, leading to Emily's illness and disappearance in the series. Afterward, Gabriel retires the Peacock Miraculous and chooses not to use it during his ascension into villainy. Dusu finally returns when Natalie takes over the Peacock Miraculous in Mayura. Due to her miraculous damage, Dusu has moments of emotional instability. She can break into tears or hyperactivity at a moment's notice. Despite this, Nuru still treats her kindly and tries to help her understand their situation. In the episode Truth, Dusu greets Nuru with a hug after Gabriel repairs her Miraculous. In return, Nuru calls Dusu an old friend but reminds her that their nightmare isn't over. Since the series blatantly referred to the two Kwamis as friends, it's more disheartening that Dusu receives a new holder and escapes Gabriel in Strike Back. Now that she's teamed up with Felix as her new wielder, Dusu has the opportunity to help the heroes protect Paris. It has always been a goal of Ladybug and Cat Noir to save Nuru, but with Dusu on their side advocating for his rescue, more of their time and resources could go to reuniting the two friends.
in my head, like a nightmare where it's fallen into very bad hands.
Number 3. Tiki and Tricks. To keep the Miraculouses safe, Master Fu and Marinette chose to hand them out when a situation called for it. Their methods kept most of the Kwamis off-screen, confined to the Miracle Box or Marinette's bedroom. However, this protective measure changed once Alia proved she could be relied on in Optigami. Since Alia had learned Marinette was Ladybug in a previous episode, she chose to tell Alia everything she knew about the Miraculouses, making her a loyal confidant and ally. She then allows Alia to keep the Fox Miraculous full-time, making her the first hero since Ladybug and Cat Noir to remain on constant call to help with Akuma attacks. Since his Miraculous remained with a wielder, Trix had the opportunity to leave Marinette's bedroom and spend one-on-one time with Tiki. The episode Hak-san details their relationship well, as Alia receives the Ladybug Miraculous to wear while Marinette visits her family. Trix is rightly annoyed to be replaced by the Ladybug Miraculous and offers witty and sarcastic commentary throughout the episode. His dry sense of humor and attitude makes him one of the more distinct Kwamis, and it pairs well with Tiki, who is more down-to-earth and supportive of Alia. Trix's personality is similar to Plag's, although he seems more ambitious and prone to jealousy. Tiki's optimistic outlook on the heroes and willingness to support them without a second thought create the perfect balance that allows both Kwamis to shine when they're in one another's company. Now that Trix will return to working alongside Alia in Season 6, there's no doubt that he and Tiki will spend extended amounts of time together, especially since their wielders are best friends and know one another's secret identities.
Hey there, Kwamis. Who's Ladybug this weekend? Yours truly.
As if I was not enough to help you protect Paris.
Number 4. Sass and Bark. Although Tiki and Plag are the Kwamis behind Paris's greatest heroes and the primary Miraculouses from the Chinese Miracle Box, they don't take on a leadership role with the other Kwamis. The significant role falls on Sass naturally, as it's not addressed in the series but is shown on screen numerous times. As we've learned from Marinette's time as Ladybug, every good leader needs someone they can depend on in times of trouble. For Sass, it appears like Bark is his choice for this position. When the Kwamis first come to live with Marinette, they desperately want to visit Master Fu and Furious Fu. Even Sass asks to go, and Marinette finds it hard to ignore their pleading. Luckily, they get to see their former guardian because Bark offers to stay behind to watch over the Miracle Box. Part of her motivation is from watching historical shows on Marinette's computer, but she does try to stop Suhan when he arrives later. Bark's willingness to step up and take responsibility likely makes Sass want to depend on her. For example, in the episode Dearest Family, he sends Bark in ways to watch over Tiki when Marinette doesn't take their concerns seriously. With Sass's insight and Bark's attentiveness, they do their best to keep Tiki and the other Kwamis out of trouble.
Bark, Waze, since this is an emergency, I'm giving you permission to go out.
The Kwamis have the potential to take Miraculous Ladybug to new heights. The series has left many of their abilities and unifications up in the air, and they're worth exploring in the later seasons. The Kwamis may no longer reside inside the Miracle Box together, however, for the first time in centuries, they all have an active wielder and the ability to explore their world alongside one another once more. It's possible that working alongside their wielders and each other to protect Paris and save Nuru will strengthen their friendships and give them the screen time they deserve during later seasons.
I'm just worrying the other Miraculous so I can free the Kwamis. I need them to pull off my plan.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to stay updated on our uploads.
I'm sorry, friends, but you know I can't leave Marinette in case she needs to transform.